Hi everyone, Dr. Nutt here. We're continuing to talk about aggression. And so, what I wanted to bring up for you guys in this conversation, in this discussion, is really about how do we decrease aggression. So, let's take a look at this. I think there's some pretty important information, certainly test worthy. And so, here we go. Oftentimes people have this idea that they should just get something off their mind or just get something out of their system. They're so upset or angry about a situation. Maybe they'll go hit a pillow or they'll go yell or scream at something, thinking that they have to get this out. And this idea originated from Sigmund Freud, from a psychoanalytic notion of catharsis. And catharsis is this idea um, of aggressive impulses that have to be dissipated, that they have to be just let out. Um, what um, we know that if a person believes that um, this aggression or this aggressive behavior can actually increase. So this whole idea of catharsis is really incorrect or unfortunate. And so we look at the next question about, does aggressive behavior then reduce the need for further aggression? And here's an important point for you, and the answer is no. Okay, the reverse tends to be the truth. We know that even if people think that observing aggression could then reduce their aggression, we know that's not true, because if you observe competitive games, it actually increases aggression in people, okay, or in individuals. And again, so we know that's not true. Watching aggression increases aggression. So I've made that point 2 times. Moving on. So, what should you do if you're upset, and you're angry about a situation? Should you tell somebody off? Just tell them how it is. Throw your finger around in the air. The answer is no. Okay, that will not necessarily decrease your anger or your aggression. Okay. So you may be thinking, well, what is a person supposed to do? Well, how do you control your anger? Control anger by actively enabling it to dissipate. Meaning, what I mean by that is you let it out slowly. Okay, because some people have this tendency to either stuff their anger or their emotions, and then some people have this idea that they should spew. Okay, so that this is the idea of, you have stuffers and then you have spewers. Okay, and neither one of them, neither are a good idea or a way to control anger. But you want to kind of slowly kind of release the anger. And so some simple things to do would be to count to 10. Take a deep breath. Distract yourself. Go for a run. Engage in some other activity, because when you're really upset or angry about a situation, you may not be thinking clearly. And so you want to think about it before you act. Okay. So if you have a close friend or spouse that makes you angry, expressing anger in a way that is controlled, keyword there, controlled, and you say something like, hey, I feel upset, you own your own emotions because of this situation, it can help your significant other, your friend, your spouse kind of gain some insight into how you feel about that situation. And so it can help you actually solve the situation. And, you want to be very careful that you do not express your feelings in a way that's hostile or demeaning to that other person. Because if that's what happens, if you're hostile and really upset about it, or you're demeaning and you're yelling and screaming, you're probably going to damage the relationship, not help the relationship. So this concludes our conversation and discussion today on how to deal with, um, anger and aggression in relationship.